And here we go. We're diving into our final series of the night. Do you know that Gamers 8 is right around the corner? So, of course, once we finish this, we'll be able to head on over and enjoy that tournament over the weekend. As here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gressvan, we have the Red Protoss player representing Shopify Rebellion from the Netherlands. It is Harstem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have... Oh, let's go. We have the German Protoss player representing Team K10 Esports. It is ForJumy. Now, after watching him against Kellezer... Oh, the GLHF. After watching ForJumy against Kellezer, my theory was that ForJumy was going to be cheesing every series, just because of his injury. Just because for those who don't know, ForJumy, he was in a bike accident, like a week before HomeStory Cup, like a week before HomeStory Cup. So because of that, he wasn't able to play the game. He wasn't able to practice, and I don't know how much he recovered for HomeStory Cup. I don't know if he was at like 100%, or if he was still like, you know, struggling to really maneuver his arm. So this is what I assumed would happen. I was really curious if he was only going to cheese against Kellezer, but he's proxying Harstem as well. So I think this is going to be a trend. As he goes for not just 2 gates, but also a forge as well for cannons. Pylons are being thrown down. The cannon rush is upon us. Boys are being pulled. Harstem so far does get a good surround here on these 2 pylons. But they are going to finish, and we can produce a cannon. I think we have enough room. Yep, there we go. Cannon is thrown down. Zealots are on the way. Harstem, he hasn't found the proxy yet, but he soon will, as he's rallied on in. Both these pylons are going to go down. Cannon will not finish in time. Down goes the first pylon, the second one as well. Yeah, this is being shut down. These cannons will not finish. We have a full wall off. And is that it? The Zealots are going to try to bust into the main. We have Adepts on the way. As long as we're able to get a secondary wall up and running, we should be okay. Go. The next pylon is under threat. The second wall is going to go down. ForJumy is busting into the main base. He does have 4 Zealots. Shield batteries for Harstem are still not done. Probes are starting to go down, but can we ever get on top of this Adept? Oh, sorry, sorry, that wasn't a shield battery. Never mind. No shield battery. But we can see that ForJumy, he's running out of steam. He throws out more cannons. He's committing to the cannon rush. He's going for it. Let's go. We have 2 cannons on the way. Nah, they're not gonna finish. Never mind. The probe surround is a little bit too good. Ah. Cannons will be cancelled. And now with 3 Adepts, I do think that Harstem should be perfectly fine. I don't see these slow lots doing much more damage. I do think it was a little bit greedy of Harstem not to throw down the shield battery, as he shades past the army and he's looking to depower this proxy. Meanwhile, 2 Zealots do bust into the main base. But again, we're going to be running out of units here for ForJumy, as all of his production is depowered. 4 Zealots is all ForJumy has left, and cannons, to be fair, as he as he throws down 3 more cannons, 4 more cannons, 5. Can a single one finish? No. GG gets called, and Harstem will win. We'll take game number 1. GG. Let's go. I appreciate the effort from ForJumy to try to make that work. Unfortunately, Harstem was very quick to react with his probes. And when the first 2 pylons went down, I feel like that was the end of the cannon rush, essentially. That was the end of any opportunity of ForJumy really getting any cannons up and running. And without cannons to support on the high ground, then those Zealots, they can't really... I don't really see a world where they can ever really get on top of the Adepts or the Stalkers, whichever units Harstem decided to make there in that situation. Like, he can just kite for days and deal with the army. GG. GG, well played. Now the question becomes, what kind of cheese are we going to get in game 2? What are we going to get? Are we going to see DTs at some point? Maybe. I feel like DTs, they come a little bit later though, right? I'm feeling Proxy Robo. Let's go. Proxy Robo. Show us, Papi. Show us. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the German Protoss player representing K10 Esports. It is ForJumy. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Protoss representing Shopify Rebellion from the land of the Netherlands. It is Harstem. Here we go. ForJumy this time with his pylon back at home, setting up for a 2-gate opening. He's opening up standard. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Gates are on the way. Now what's important is that Harstem has been known to set up for a 2-gate opener, skip out on his warp in, so he skips his first couple units and he can go for a faster base as well. We have seen him go for this in the past. We'll see if he goes for that here. As I love it, Harstem, he's faking out a cannon rush. Sorry, ForJumy's faking out a cannon rush. Harstem didn't probe scout. Crazy. Oh my god. So ForJumy forced a bit of an overreaction. He forced 2 probes off the mineral line of Harstem. So ForJumy, he's winning out on the mind games. Back at home, and 2-gate openers all around. Harstem now sending his probe out on the map. Let's go. Oh, and Harstem is going for what looks to be a fake proxy pylon. So what's happening here is that ForJumy's in the main base. He's scouting. He's like, hold up. Where's your pylon? I know where my second pylon's in my natural, sorry, in my main base. Where is yours? And it's nowhere to be found. So again, Harstem, he throws down. Is he gonna use it? Oh my god. Okay, I thought this was gonna be a fake proxy pylon, but no, he's going for the robo as well. Okay, and oh, it's gonna get scouted. ForJumy on point here with his own probe scout. He does come across not just the pylon, but also the proxy robo as well. At the same time, ForJumy, a little bit sneaky, he throws down a pylon in the main base of Harstem for a later warp in. Oh boy. It is going to be a Twilight Council opener from ForJumy. He will have access to DTs or Blink. Well, more often than not, will be Blink. Stalkers are moving out. Harstem, he's going to try and hold on to his own proxy, but he only has 1 Stalker at the moment, so I don't know if he can really hold on to this pylon. Oof. There you can see Harstem being zoned away. Immortals being chronoed out. But that pylon is under threat, and it should go down. Oof. Oh my god, and on top of that, ForJumy, he takes down the first Stalker as well. Could he get the pylon again? It's possible, but at the same time... Okay, we did see a couple of probes going down. The Immortal has arrived. ForJumy has to respect it. He has to back off. He has to get ready. Back at home instead. We do have another pylon on the way. Meanwhile, he can try and be a little bit cheeky. He can warp in some adepts in the main base of Harstem. As ForJumy, he avoids the main attack path. He sneaks past the army, and he can depower this robo. It's going to be close. Harstem is looking for him. And Harstem has found him. Oof. Prism has arrived, and oh god, the Prism takes a couple of hits. Oh, it's going to go down. The Stalker as well. Good trades from ForJumy. Harstem fumbling the ball a little bit. Yeah, he's expanding. Yeah, he knows he can't do it. He can't quite pull off the 1 base all in. At the same time, the adepts do make it into the main base. 3 adepts, so many probes are going down. Oh my god. Harstem does have a faster Nexus, so he's going to be able to make more workers, but he's still losing so much mining time. 7 probes go down. And we have another warp in into the main. We have more adepts. Up. We get the sentry as well. We commit to the shade. We get even more probes, and this is just far too much here for Harstem. GG gets called. Game-ending damage, and ForJumy fights back, taking game number 2. GG. Oh my god. Harstem trying to pull off his own one-base all-in, gets scouted very early on, gets completely shut down. I say completely shut down. Really nice control, really nice army movement from ForJumy as well. Able to outposition Harstem on multiple occasions, and being very cheeky as well. I would say that the game-winning move there for ForJumy, outside of scouting the proxy of course, was that pylon in the main base of Harstem, just continuing to warp in wave after wave of adepts straight into the main, and just completely crippling the economy of Harstem. Not just the economy, but also picking off like sentries as well. Oh my god. GG. We have an ace match. We have a game 3. We are going the distance. So we did see a proxy robo from Harstem in that last game. I assumed it would be ForJumy, but it was Harstem this time. And what are we going to get in game 3? Let's find out. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Neo Humanity, we have the red Protoss player representing Shopify Rebellion from the land of the Netherlands. It is Harstem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the German Protoss player representing K10 Esports. It is ForJumy. Taking a game off of Harstem. Not too bad, not too shabby here by ForJumy. Again, it was Harstem trying to be cheeky, trying to be aggressive, and dropping the ball against ForJumy. But we'll see how things will change here on Neo Humanity. The rush distance by ground is very short. There are a lot of areas that you can make use of for proxy locations as well, as Harstem is going for a much faster probe scout. What looks to be a probe scout. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. As across the map, ForJumy setting up for a 2-gate or double gate opener. Likewise, so is Harstem. There is that second gateway for both players. Again, Harstem is just scouting and making sure that he's not being cannon rushed again. Don't blame him. Do not blame him at all. He does dip into the main. Oh. And so far, standard opener. So far, everything is looking normal. Everything is looking as it should. ForJumy throwing down his second pylon in his main base. Harstem doing the same. So this time there's no fake or real proxy pylon. And here in the ace match, we could even just get a standard PvP, which I didn't think we would see from ForJumy. But it's possible. It is possible. Oh my, wait, what? Okay, there we go. I was like, why is there a zealot on? That is not normal at all, but there we go. We do cancel the zealots, and Harstem is going for a Stalker Sentry opener. Very safe. With this, he'll have access to hallucinations with that Sentry, and he'll be scouting across the map. Oh, well, as ForJumy does win out in that probe battle. And ForJumy is hoping to get a read on the first 2 units, as he does see the Stalker, but the Sentry is pulled back to keep it hidden. To keep it secret. As ForJumy is going for a Twilight Council before his Nexus. This is looking like Proxy Dark Shrine. There's the pylon. Twilight Council is done. Where is the Dark? No, we're going for Glaive Adepts! Let's go. I was about to say that DTs would be really risky because of the Sentry, but ForJumy, he doesn't know. He doesn't know about the Sentry opener. Adepts are shading on in. Hallucination has been spotted. Adepts, can they get the Sentry? They dive on it. Ooh, and they do force a force field. There we go. They get to the second sentry. There will not be a follow-up. Oh my god. Can he get the first one as well? No shot. He gets both sentries. Massive pickoffs. Despite that, we still got one hallucination across the map, and we confirm the lack of base. We confirm the, not the full wall-up, but we confirmed the Twilight Council. And I think we saw the third gateway as well. Yes, did see the third gateway. So Harstem, he should be able to piece this all together that it said one base all in. He doesn't know what kind of one base all in. This could be 4-gate blink for all he knows. The last thing he would expect though is 4-gate glaive adepts. Oh boy. Here we go. The adept count is banking up. We have 1 gate across the map, 3 gates back at home. There we go. The adepts have been spotted. Harstem knows. And he's going to need a bigger wall. Yeah, there we go. He does pull back. He's getting ready for a gateway wall instead. Or a cyber wall. And with that, we shouldn't commit to the shade. ForJumy getting ready for an expansion. He's going to warp in instead. Okay, still committed. This is what I was waiting for. We have a Dark Shrine instead. The adepts, they do commit to the shade. They dive into the natural base. They're looking for that sentry at least, but we can see that they're not trading too well against the Stalkers, but they go for the probes. They go for the mineral line instead. As we do commit to the shade, and we force a recall. Now, I kind of like, I would have liked the Dark Shrine earlier. Yeah, we cancel. I would have liked it earlier, just because we killed the sentries, if you remember. So the likelihood of it being scattered was low. Upon seeing the Immortal, it looks like ForJumy recognizes there's a robo. DTs aren't going to cut it. And we're going for a charge. ForJumy still all in. He's going for Adept Charge lot? What am I seeing? Okay. Huh. It's interesting because I feel like they both have the same, they both have the same role. Adepts and Charge lots. They both tank a lot of Stalker shots. I guess Zelts have better DPS against Stalkers, I guess. They're cheaper as well. As the adepts do commit to the shade, and they get a couple of probes. But I feel like economic damage isn't really what we're looking for. As Harstem has that full wall off. Immortal has arrived. If Harstem ever feels like he has the freedom to move out, he could shut down this proxy. I love it. He's ferrying probes over. He's ferrying probes into the natural. Love to see it. As ForJumy still hasn't expanded, by the way. He's got more Zealots banking up here on the right-hand side of the map. Depths do threaten another shade. Harstem is going for a counterattack. And going for his own hallucination. He confirms the lack of Nexus. He now knows unless there's a ninja base, his opponent is still one base all in. As we can see, ForJumy trying to lure out the army, does force a recall. Can he get any Stalkers? It looks like he will not. As Harstem is queued up to go into the main base. At the same time, ForJumy is committing to the all-in. But look how many shield. We have 4 shield batteries. 5 and an overcharge. How do we break this? I don't think we can. He's going to try to. He has to. Ugh. Meanwhile, across the map, we have 2 adepts, and that is enough to eviscerate this mineral line. ForJumy has to end the game with this army. He goes for the pylon, and that is Nartosis pylon. If it goes down, everything's going to get depowered. And there it is. You may have 5 shield batteries, but it does not matter. Adepts and Zealots are diving on in. Is this enough? I don't think it is. We have more Zealots coming in to reinforce. Adepts are being cleaned up. We have another warping of Stalkers. And Harstem is holding across the map. Those 2 adepts did kill everything, by the way. Every single probe has fallen. GG gets called. And Harstem does take the series 2-1. GG. GG, well played in a wild PvP. But again, much love to ForJumy that he was able to take part in this tournament, to take part in HomeStory Cup, and again, even if he's just cheesing every game, you know what? It's making for entertaining series. You know, hey, he took a game off of Harstem. It happened. It did happen. GG, well played. Congratulations to Harstem, of course, for taking down ForJumy. Did drop a map, which will affect him in the overall standings of the group, but did take the series nonetheless. GG. And with that, that was our final series of the night. We have more replays, yes, and we could go all night if we wanted to, but Gamers 8 is upon us, so we didn't want to step on anyone's toes. We don't want to force people to like pick and choose between different casts or different tournaments. We do want to spread the love, and we don't want to keep you. We don't want to keep you from Gamers 8. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being a part of this. A lot of really entertaining games, a lot of late game TVC and ZVP as well. Oh. And even some cheese. Some cheese sprinkled in. Keller's, oh my god. I think the highlight for me, the highlight of the night was Lambo versus Kellezer on Babylon. That was wild. For those wondering, Kellezer, he went for a Rax on the low ground. He went for a Rax expand on the low ground. Just one Rax into a CC, into a third CC. It was such a greedy opener from Kellezer, and he got away with it. Did take down Lambo on Babylon. I highly recommend checking out the VODs. Very, very good game and very entertaining series. Oh, but yeah, with that, we're done here for the night, and we appreciate it for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for tuning in when you could. Meanwhile, our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow. We have a pretty busy weekend ahead of us. We do have we have Grand Platypus Open tomorrow. We also have KSL tomorrow as well. So in less than 24 hours, we're going to be live with KSL, followed by GPO. And then on Sunday, we have Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. So plenty of casting over the weekend. So if you're interested, if you enjoy the casting, if you want more of it, fun fact, I have Yaku of the Zaku. He's going to be co-casting with me for GPO on Saturday, and Asher is going to be casting Sparkling Tuna Cup with me on Sunday as well. So, the co-casters are back. Let's go. They're going to be returning. For GPO and STC. I'm still going to be solo casting KSL, but that's okay. It's fine. It's all good. At least I have my Ducklings for the other tournaments. So definitely something to look forward to. Otherwise, thanks for watching. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord as well. We are all over the place. All things CranKy Ducklings, ! Socials in the chat if you want to follow us. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are interested in more HomeStory Cup replays, then we are going to be casting this tournament on a weekly basis, maybe 2 times a week, because there are a lot of games to go over. So keep an eye out. We're going to be live next week with some more HomeStory Cup. Let's go. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for KSL. I'll see you guys in the Gamers 8 Twitch channel as well. As we may as well raid Gamers 8. Could raid another streamer, but I feel like we probably want to give all the attention to Gamers 8. So it makes sense, Papi. It makes sense. So I'll see you guys there. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.